Hey everyone, let's unbox and take a look at the Helicopter, Fire Engine, and Submarine Remix by LEGO City. This is set number 60462, contains 874 pieces, retails for $59.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. Thank you, LEGO. So this is essentially what we're going to be exploring today. We got a fire engine, helicopter, and the submarine, and you can mix and match parts. Well, what's that all about? We'll take a look at that here in a second. Looks like we get few minifigures with the build, and yes, the back explains it all. So you just make everything into thirds and you can just plug pieces together and make your own combination. But what I can tell though, it looks like the set can be built by up to 9 people. So either person A could build this, person B can build the fire engine, and person C can build the helicopter. Or if you have 9 people, you can all build a section of it. So this is going to be a really fun group collab project. But for me personally, I don't know. I don't really understand this whole mix and match thing. All right, let's crack this box open and see what we have inside. And honestly, this looks more like a last gasp resort of LEGO coming up with ideas for city sets. Well, it looks like maybe each part is in its own pack, and be careful, there's loose pieces packed in the box, so what fell? Obviously, I don't want to lose this. So obviously we got the top of the helicopter, and we got 3 building guides. So essentially, you can build this with up to 3 people, but I think you can go up to 9 if you plan ahead. So that's essentially what we're going to be doing. And I don't know how I'm going to do the build installments on this one, because I may just divide it into thirds and just do each one in its own video. Okay, well there's bag number 1. It's got a brick separator. Yeah, we're going to need a brick separator for this, possibly. And that looks like that's about it, just 9 bags. So that tells me, we're just going to grab a random one here, that if you get the digital building guide, you can build one section of this. A buddy can build another section. So if you got a large family, I'm sure you can get this put together in like 10 minutes. I don't know how I'm going to divide this up, but I'm going to head over to my second channel, build this set. We'll come back and take a closer look. Here's the various vehicles all assembled, and we have 3 minifigures with helmets. So we're going to start with this gentleman here. He is our policeman. Comes with the helmet. You can take off his wig and put that on there. Next we have our diver. Comes with a skin fade and oxygen tank, and here's his helmet right here. And then finally we have the firefighter, and she's got a fire axe, nice print work for her torso, and in addition she's got the nice helmet, and this is that vibrant yellow, looks really good. Now each one of these models are scaled for minifigures, and how do you put the figures in these is pretty easy, but you're going to have to muscle some of these off to get them in here. Now this one here is kind of a pain to get open. You're going to have to really kind of squeeze and wiggle. And we can set our cop in here, our policeman, or just wiggle him in there. Here, we'll just set him in with the handcuffs. Let's see if that fits. And, well, we'll put his helmet on the shifter so we don't lose it. Set that right in there. But that's really what the interior is right there. It's just a very simple cockpit, nothing special. And placing this back on here can be a bit of a chore, but let's see if we can do it here. Well, maybe not. Why can't we get that on there, huh? Trying to show you all the angles, but it looks like this snaps on here, but it's not going in. Maybe it's the helmet. Don't tell me this is not really scaled for minifigures. No, maybe it's the handcuffs. Okay, maybe we'll have to lose the handcuffs now. I'm trying to make this a quick review, but you know, my reviews are unscripted, so Let's try that again now without the accessories. So unfortunately, he has to lose the accessories to get into the aircraft. And yeah, this one here is kind of giving me problems here. There we go. But this one here is probably the toughest to get on. Yeah, I think it's his wig that's kind of... Well, let's take the wig off too and put the helmet on. Yeah, I mean... Now does it work? Yeah, so he has to shave his mop to get that in there. And this is essentially what it is. And that's it. That's all you do. Now each piece of this does separate, as you saw in the box, so you can just unplug these. Now you're going to have some muscle in here, so you're going to have to really pull these apart and kind of fight and get that apart there to get these separate. But you can make all sorts of stuff. Like if you wanted to, you can just make a jet if you wish. You just snap this in right here, and there you go. Well, we're done with that one. Let's look at the Submarine, and it's pretty much the same song and dance here with this. Except I don't think he's going to be able to sit with the flippers, but we're going to try it and see here. He's got his camera. No, keep the flippers on. Does he need the helmet? Because he's got the skin fade, obviously. I'm sure that will fit. Okay, fine. We'll lose the flippers. We'll leave the camera in his hand. He's got to take a picture through the windscreen. Oh. Oxygen tanks are going to be in the way. But let's see if we can sit him right on the edge here. Yeah, so he fits in there. Not a lot of space. And that's essentially what this one is. You got your rear propellers and your little grabbing arms. You can grab on, full flexibility. And just like with the other ones, this one here can be separated too. Just got to have some muscle and really pull those apart. So let's see here. Get that one off for you. And now you can make all sorts of vehicles and stuff. Now you can even put this one here and just make it more of a shorter sub. See how seamless this looks? Looks really good. And finally, we have the fire truck. And this comes off too. This is another one of those that doesn't come off very well. And that's what the interior looks like. It looks like your typical Lego City vehicle. Now she's lucky. She can sit down in here. Matter of fact, that looks like Velma from Scooby-Doo. We'll put her in there. Got a bit of a tight squeeze, but she does fit. No, my hands are in the way. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. There you go. A little bit of a tight fit. But she's lucky because she can put the axe on the back here. Okay. Pretty cool. And that's essentially what the fire truck is. It's your typical Lego City fire truck. And you got the hose here. You got this. You can detach this if you want. This doesn't coil. There's no strings to tie. This is all connected with studs. And yeah, it looks pretty good as is. Just like with the other ones, you can rip this one apart too. So, muscle that apart there, and then the centerpiece. Now, honestly, to me, I would not take these apart. They look good as is, but just for demonstration purposes, you know, I want to show you. And there's 9 pieces in total. That means up to 9 builders can construct this set. So if you really want to get crazy with this one, what you can do is you can come in here and you could just start adding parts. There's always going to be a beginning and an end. You can't just put 2 of these on there and say they're done. There's no way to, you can't attach those. But you can, however, just shove this on here and, it looks kind of weird, but there you go. I mean, it fits and it locks in place. You just have to muscle it apart. So I'm not going to tack these on all the way. But if you really want to get creative, you can just do this. Let's stick these hands on the back of that too, so it looks more like a transformer. There we go. And then you can stick the propeller on the back of that, like that. And let's just add some more here to this. Let's add this piece here because you never know, we got to have a fire to put out somewhere. Stick that on there. And then let's see, we could put another piece, but that's it. We all got mostly have rears and fronts. So let's just put, well, we don't have any wheels. Let's find some wheels here. We'll put this back here. This will be like the battle fire ship here. And then stick that on there and snap all that together. And now it kind of rolls around. And, you know, it looks goofy. That's for sure. And if you really want to, you can take the leftover parts here and just make more things out of it. You know, let's just do that. Well, we got an airplane here. We can just make it part of an airplane sub, kind of like that. And then we can add this here. Or you know what? Yeah, let's just leave it kind of goofy. So you need those back tires for rear traction. And now we got these kind of morphed vehicles, but as you can see, I didn't have to take anything apart, and I got a whole new set of models. And this is really good, especially for inclusive play too, because now you can just share your ideas and creations with other builders, and you don't have to rip them apart. So it's basically got 9 building blocks you can mess around with here. And for a young builder, this is going to work very well. Or you can leave the vehicles with their respected parts and drop them in your city. So this set has got a lot of universal play value with it. How universal? Well, as you saw, we can do all sorts of stuff. But here are my opinions on this set. Let's start with play value, and as you saw with the tour, each vehicle is scaled for minifigures, and we also have accessories to go along with their minifigures as well. In addition, you and several friends can build this set at the same time. And what I have discovered is up to 9 people can construct the set, as each build is divided into 3 pieces. So one person can build the helicopter, one person can build the submarine, and the last person can build the fire engine. Or if you got more, you can break these builds apart. So this is a really nice collaborative build. In addition, you can use the pieces to build other creations, or you can add more onto this. But these vehicles are good as is. Now, these 3 vehicles can be placed in a Lego city. They're pretty much self-contained. The submarine, you would probably just have to have this on your dock. It wouldn't really be able to put underwater. But the helicopter and the fire truck would look good in a Lego city theme. Build quality seems sound for each model. I did not have any pieces fall off while constructing the set, as well as after putting the 3 pieces together on each vehicle, nothing fell apart. Everything is really locked in solid. So these are meant for play, as well as taking these apart. Now, as you saw, I did have a few troubles trying to separate the parts on these. Now, they're meant to come apart, but even I had a hard time separating the pieces. That's probably the only difficulty with this. Other than that, each section of the vehicle locks in really firm. As far as for build experience, the fire truck was the most interesting for me. Then the helicopter. Submarine wasn't much of an exciting build for me. I was like, oh, I have to get this one done to do the review, but it's not bad. I just didn't care much for it, but I do like the fire truck, then the helicopter, and the submarine. But each build did keep my interest, which is really good. For my final score, it's sadly going to be an 8 out of 10. Only one thing I had to strike on this set, and that was scratched pieces. The windscreen on both of these was just scratched and pitted. Why isn't Lego packing these separately? I don't know. And I'm tired of seeing those getting scuffed up. That's what's dinging the scores on a lot of these sets. The helicopter was the only one that came out without a scratch, which is really cool. This set would have been an easy 10, but sadly it's an 8. And the main thing I was looking for on scoring this set is collaborative build. And yes, you can go from 1 to 9 builders to construct this set. And honestly though, it was an interesting set to put together, as you can see. And I'm pretty pleased with it. Tell me what you think.